Hello and welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is the NS9 postgame show powered by Permane Brothers. I'm Cody. That's Ryan. I guess I got to point that way. And the Pirates win 6-3. They take 2 out of 3 from the Rays. I know you were there at the tailgate yesterday. I was hunkered down here at home. I didn't have to live through the 6 hours and 40 minutes of hell that was that game yesterday. But today, the Buccos get a win. They come through 6-3. Mitch Keller made some history. Ryan, what do you take away from this game?
Today was a cleansing. They needed this game. I mean, Mitch Keller comes out, saves the bullpen, and after they should have swept the series, Cody. Let's be honest with it. If it doesn't rain yesterday, Skeens probably goes 7. They probably easily win that game and they sweep the series. So losing this series would have been brutal by the way it started. But they came out, they got just what they needed from Keller, a little bit from the offense, and they got the series win. So 4-3 homestand. It would have been a brutal 3-4 homestand. So big win.
Yep. So Buccos win today. That means get your hashtag RaiseIts in the chat. We're giving away 4 sandwiches, 2 per person. Take your loved one out on a date, take a buddy out, do whatever, but go to Permane Brothers, get your free sandwiches if you win today. But Ryan, let's get into the highlight of the game, which was Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller goes 7 strong, gives up 5 hits, gave up 2 runs, but he had 5 strikeouts, including the strikeout that put him in 10th overall amongst Pirates pitchers all time in strikeouts. Loved what we saw today from Mitch Keller. That's vintage Mitch Keller, if you ask me. That's the type of outing you need from a guy like Mitch Keller, the veteran. He goes 89 pitches, almost 90. He was pretty dope as well. 65% of his pitches were strikes, and he had 12 whiffs and 14 called strikes. I mean, that's vintage Mitch Keller. That's the guy you want to see on the mound. He's the innings eater. He's the guy that just gets it done, brings the lunch pail, and he's my player of the game. I know we're not doing the lunch pail player of the game today.
Right.
But he's your player of the game.
Yeah, he was everything the Pirates needed him to be today. We've talked about this first half, Mitch. I love Mitch Keller. I'm glad they held on to him in the offseason. And he was exactly an innings eater today. And I love, look, he goes 6 strong. He was at like 78 pitches. He's good because Don Kelly gets a little antsy when the pitchers get to about like 80 pitches. So I'm like, leave him out there, let him do it. And he did the job. They finally let him go 7. He gets the job done. I was fine with him even going 8, Cody. He could have done it, but they didn't do it. He was on today. A hiccup on, and it wasn't even like hard contact. That the 2 runs he gave up in I think the 5th inning. And it's of course the Rays get a couple guys on. They come through right away, gets 2 runs, and they got the job done. So he got out of there, and I love what I saw from him today. It was great.
Yeah, like you said, the Rays tried to do what the Rays do, and that's get some, I wouldn't say cheap runs, but they tried to capitalize on their small ball approach, if you want to put it that way. And Mitch Keller shut it down. He's like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that here. So, yeah, a great start from Mitch Keller. Like I mean, I'll reiterate it. That's vintage Mitch Keller. That's the guy that we've wanted in this rotation, the veteran presence that you're looking for, and he brought it today, and fittingly brought it on a Sunday, on a day game when he pitches his best.
Yeah, the Rays are annoying. Like they get a couple guys on these like couple singles or whatever, and then of course there's a blue pit for 2 runs to score. So that was kind of frustrating. You're thinking, oh god, like we're down 2-1. But Mitch, got out of that inning, and then he just cruised the next couple, the 6th and 7th. So awesome to see. I do have the Guinness flowing, Lisa. It is here. Dude, people were coming up to me at the tailgate saying I'm a Guinness guy too. So it was good to see. Good to see everybody yesterday.
Hey, if you're not a Guinness guy, like what are you doing? I know not sponsored or anything, but like
they should.
Guinness is where it's at.
Also, somebody brought I think it was Brian. He brought IQ bar for you to the tailgate, Cody. They were looking for you.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I still have like probably half a box of IQ bars in the cupboard. So I've been
Yeah.
chowing down on them. But let's move on to the first inning because the offense got going, not quickly, but it got going. Jake Mangum, first at bat. And I got to say, what an at bat. 10 pitches. He reaches on a double to the opposite field down the line. And that's exactly what you want to see from a guy like Jake Mangum. Like, just wear out the starting pitcher, get on base, and with your speed, get to second. That was exactly what you want from a guy like Jake Mangum. And then the next pitch, Nick Gonzalez hits a single. Then you got runners on the corners. Brian Reynolds hits into a fielder's choice. I believe they got Gonzalez out at second. So you had a man on first. Mangum scores. And boom, instant offense pretty much from the Pirates in the first inning. Obviously, Ozuna and Cruz come out and both strike out, but hey, you gotta run in the first inning. You gotta love that.
Yep, especially with people are saying the Sunday lineup. I don't think this is even a Sunday lineup. It's just our lefty lineup. No. We talked about this on Thursday, the other afternoon game. It's just our lefty lineup, guys. Like, this is what it is. And, that game they scored 7 runs and lost. But, they come right out here, score a run. Jake Mangum, if you're going to draw up like a bench player, fourth outfielder, Cody, like, isn't Jake Mangum like it?
Perfect.
A guy that can come in, play solid defense. He's going to be a pest on the base pass. And like you said, kind of wear the pitchers out. And he came through, double right off the game, kind of sets the tone. And Nick Gonzalez, singles, they get a couple guys on, Reynolds gets them in. It was good to see after yesterday's game and like not being able to do anything in extra innings. It was good to see them come right out and get a run in.
Mangum reminds me of like a Sean Rodriguez or a Travis Snyder type player where it's like he's not the best player on the roster, obviously. But when he goes in the lineup, you're going to get major league at bats. You're going to get major league fielding. You're going to get a guy that belongs and not like we've seen in the past with our bench of just quad A players that don't belong in the majors, but they're too good to be in AAA. So it's really nice to see that. And whenever you insert them in the lineup, like you said, on these lefty lineups, it's like no difference. Like, sure, you can say it's a Sunday lineup. And like you said, the last game we did together, I think that was Thursday. That was your Sunday lineup. That was put all the bench guys in, like no shot we win, and they still scored 7. Sorry to reiterate that, but like I felt it was needed to reiterate that this wasn't that. This is that lefty lineup, and it may not look great. Like you may look at it and be like, man, we don't have O'Hearn in there, we don't have Lau in there, but you have a lineup that can win games. Obviously. So let's pick this one back up. Not a lot happened until Keller gave up those 2 runs. Pick this back up in the 5th. Joey Bart hits a double off the wall. Joey Bart today, I just want to say, he kept flirting with a home run to dead center. It was just every single ball he hit. And then he finally hit that one off the wall. And then Billy Cook comes in and gets a bunt single in advance, then he steals second. Mangum comes up, grounds out, but then Nick Gonzalez, Nicky G, the butcher, gets a bloop single, scores a run, advances to second on the throw, and then Reynolds comes out, gets a single, scores 2 more runs. And that's like the thing about today's offense, and they said it on the broadcast, the Pirates just did the little things right today, and it paid dividends. Like, it was almost like, I hate to say this, but it's almost like watching that early to mid 2010s Cardinals team that just would, a base hit here, a base hit there, and then all of a sudden they're up 5 runs on you. That's what the Pirates did today.
Yeah. Yeah. And that inning, like we talked about, top of the 5th, the Rays scored 2 runs, and you're thinking, here we go again. And it was a great bounce back inning. Bottom of the inning, the Pirates come right out. They get some clutch hits, Cody. That's what's been missing. That was missing last night. Last night they went up quick on the power, And then when they need to just like get a runner over or just hit a sac fly, score a run from third, they couldn't do it. And here they get a clutch hit. Dude, Reynolds, I mean, guys on second and third, 1 out. Reynolds come through with just a single, scores both runs. Like we raid the Rays. What they did to us in the top of the inning, we did it right back to them.
Exactly.
And that was it. No, boom, we're up 4-2, and now you're like, okay, Keller's cruising again, and we can maybe win this thing. We can stay away from the mid relief of the bullpen, and and do this. So huge inning, huge at bats by Nick Gonzalez and Reynolds, and it was good to see them come through. And as much as I love the power from this team, because a lot of guys can hit it, it was nice to see guys just get a 2-run RBI, 2 RBI single. And just that's what we need at times, especially in games like when it's extra innings and we struggle in those spots. So it was good to see.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times last year, like you'd have that spot where you had a guy on second or even a guy on first, and you just need a ball hit into the grass, into the outfield grass.
Yes.
It would be like O'Neal Cruz up to bat, and he's trying to kill every ball.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, just make contact. Like just hit it out of the infield. And that's kind of what they've done here in 2026. And even Cruz himself has kind of matured in that sense of, I'm not going to try and kill a ball if I got guys on base. I think it's just a full mentality switch of this team of, we just got to, direct traffic along the base paths, hoist the cone, direct traffic, and that's what they're doing.
Yes.
That's what they're doing. So then let's hop back into the 6th inning, because more offense happened. It started off slow. You had Connor Griffin striking out, Joey Bart flying out to center field, as he did many times today. But then Spencer Horwitz pinch hits, and just a no-doubter. Like, I just got to talk about what he did when he hit that ball. He pimped it. I thought at first, because I saw him drop the bat, and I was like, he popped out. But then they showed the video of him looking to the dugout, and he knew he smacked that thing.
it almost, because he looked back at the dugout and was he? And I think was it Block or who? I think Block was on the broadcast. He's like, was he looking at Brandon Lau? Something. They had to have been talking about something. And they're like, I'm gonna take this guy if he gives me this pitch. Right. But yeah, dude, he spanked it. He knew it, and he threw that bat. Yeah, it was a good moment, dude. Horwitz, he was our best hitter last year. This year, he might be our 5th or 6th best hitter, and he's still good.
He's the same hitter as he was last year. That's the other thing,
and that's what's nice to see. The team got better around him. And he's still that guy. He started off slow this, in April, but he's definitely come around. But yeah, huge hit. Loved those pinch hit home runs. Like I said, didn't get the start today because it was a lefty. But he comes right in and gives you offense. And at that point, it's like, okay, we're up 5-2 now. I'm feeling a little better. Now, even if Mitch goes 6 or 7, we can hopefully manage this. We're okay here. But yeah, somebody just put it here. Horwitz 382 OBP. He's a good hitter. He's been solid since they picked him up. And yeah, it was a good moment.
Yeah, Horwitz just gets the job done. He's making the Hor train proud. So let's advance here to the 8th inning with Isaac Mattson coming in relief. He threw 8 pitches, 6 for strikes. That's 75% strikes. And didn't give up a hit, had a strikeout. Is it too early to say that's vintage Isaac Mattson? He's only been around for a year. But
it really is.
That's what you want from him. And that's when he's his best, is when he does stuff like that.
8 pitches, 3 outs. I mean, Mitch was pretty efficient. And then Mattson comes right in, and here it is. Fastball changeup. And 8 pitches, 3 outs. See ya. Okay. That was nice. And there was only 4 available relievers, and Dotel, obviously we'll talk about him. He just came up and was fresh. But besides that, this bullpen was on fumes coming into today. So Keller's performance, and then we go right into Mattson. Matson's been. He's like, I don't know. I don't know how his career is going to go, but he just keeps doing it, dude. And I don't have any answers for it. No one in other teams don't have
Yeah.
any answers for it. So just keep doing you, Isaac Matson.
Yeah, I mean, he is just what you want as that middle relief. He is exactly who you want in there. I know, like, obviously he comes in the eighth, but like that's not really his spot. He's not really that setup man, that guy you put in for the high leverage situations. But last year, I know we were all saying like you should be putting Isaac Matson in high leverage. Like this
Right.
guy he is nails, and he's proving it this year that he's nails. He should be in those high leverage situations when you need to stop. And obviously today wasn't really high leverage, but he comes in the eighth. He comes in as that setup man for Dotel and just gets the job done. Like he just keeps getting better.
Yeah, and he really isn't. He really is a back end reliever on this team.
Yeah,
On most teams, probably not. Like
right.
if we had Bednar or Chapman or you'd have your three guys in the. But he's pretty much him, Soto and Santana are like your back end.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like other teams he probably would just be mid relief, like you said. But yeah, he just keeps getting results and zeros, and nobody can hit that fastball. So that was another good outing from him.
Yeah, and before we continue, I just want to remind everyone, get your hashtag Raisits in there. Ryan, how many do we got so far?
We have 119 entries so far for sandwiches.
Ooh, 119 on a Sunday. I like it, but we need some more. Come on, keep them coming, people. Get those free sandwiches. But Ryan, let's round out the offense here because in the eighth inning, Nick York comes up and just smacks one to right field or left field. What do you have to say about Nick York? I feel like, in my opinion, he's turning into that major league hitter that I think a lot of us were hoping he would when we traded for him. He had some down, like he wasn't as good as we thought he would be last year. Comes up this year and everybody's like, do we really want Nick York on this team? But even like with that Chicago series, and then he had that lull afterwards, but now he comes back, has a few hits, including this home run, his first of the season. What are your opinions on Nick York?
Yeah, he's kind of like you said. You're like, oh, we're gonna do the York, Billy Cook thing again,
Right.
but he's kind of he showed something this year so far, and he had a couple hard hit balls today, and even before that, before the home run, and comes out in this one and hits his first home run of the season. So yeah, York's. I mean, he's another. It looks like a solid bench bat that you can have, with him and Mangum that can come off the bench and. Like I said, they're probably not everyday players, but yeah, they can come in and play against a lefty or pinch hit, or come in if you have an injury or something, and they can handle themselves. So like I said, these guys are still young. Like York is still young, and he's kind of coming around. And it was good to see the home run. Yeah, I mean it's we got a couple. We talk about this lineup, the depth they have. How better and kind of just more rounded they are. And then you have good guys coming off the bench like York and Mangum. And, it's just, it's really good to see. And it's, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to believe like how better they've improved this lineup, even the bench, from one year to the next. So, yeah, it was good to see him get his first home run. And, I think he's a major leaguer, Cody.
Yeah, me too. And I think one thing to like kind of piggyback on is like last year or in prior years, we talk about like, our highly touted prospects and our like these guys, they need development at the major league level, right? And we just weren't seeing that. They weren't bringing guys up, or they were hesitant. And like it was like they were hesitant with Andy Rodriguez. They were hesitant with Henry Davis, but then it seemed like, oh, maybe you should have kept Henry Davis down. But we talk about a lot this development at the major league level. And I look at Nick York and I look at Billy Cook, and I look at them and I'm like, these are guys that are developing at the major league level. Like they're coming up, they're doing what they're asked to do. They're maybe not on top of everything, but they're still learning, and they're still they're just developing at a rate that you would expect your young players to do so. And it's something that we've missed out on with these Pirates the last few years because the team has just unfortunately been so bad that you can't really take those risks of just, hey, let's throw these young guys in the lineup and see if they sink or swim. But now they're in a position where they can have these guys on the bench, not taking every day at bats. And when they do get the chance to, they take advantage. And I think it's something that's been missing from this team. And I'm glad that this year they're able to do so because they're also doing the same with Connor Griffin. And I'll get to that. I had something I was going to go to, but we still have to talk about Wilbur Dotel. So,
right. Well, it's just shout out to Pilsner with the $5 super chat. He says, "Yeah, Connor Griffin is looking more and more comfortable, and he had a hit today. As we're going to get into that in the ninth, and he's stealing bases. I mean, yeah, he's like I said, even if he's not hitting home runs and driving balls, he still can. If he gets on base and provides defense and can steal bases, then you're being a productive 19-year-old major leaguer. So,
and I guess we can get into that. What I was going to say about Griffin, since it was in that 8th inning that he did it, he extended his hitting streak to 6 games. That's the longest for a teenager on the Pirates since Bill Mazeroski. So Griffin still hitting accolades, has a lot to still hit, or not accolades. What's the benchmarks? What's the term I'm looking for here?
Milestones?
Milestones. Still has a lot of milestones to hit, but he's hitting them. He's hitting the small ones. He's getting them out of the way. And yeah, Connor Griffin, one of those guys that's developing at the major league level. Kind of sucks he got the hit in the 8th when he didn't really need it, but hey, he gets on base. Like you said, he steals a base. He was also doing the little things right. He had a play early in the game. I think Chandler Simpson hit the ball to him, and he bobbled it a bit. And you're like, well, Chandler Simpson's safe. He's the fastest man in Major League Baseball. But then, Griffin picks it up, gets him out. You're like, holy crap, he got him. But it's because Connor Griffin does those little things correctly. But yeah, I know you've already kind of talked about Griffin, so.
And Sean Hooper, $4.99. Appreciate it, man. Sean, we talked to him yesterday at the tailgate. Coming out from California. He says just keep taking series wins. And
I hate that I missed Sean because like you said, he lives in Cali. Don't really get to see him much, but yeah, I see a lot of people talking about they missed me yesterday. I'll see you in June if you're able to make it out. We got another one coming.
That's right. But yeah, it's this thing. You wanted the 5-2 homestand. Didn't get it, but 4-3. Yesterday they win that game 98% of the time. If it doesn't rain, losing Skeens to only 4 innings is a tough one. So, but yeah, Connor Griffin, I mean, he's fine. And he's flirted with that first home run too, Cody. Like he
keeps flirting with it. I have the graphic created. It is in the drafts. We are ready for when it happens.
We are ready.
But let's round out this game, Ryan. Wilbur Dotel makes his debut, closing this one out. I don't think he gets credited with a save, does he? Because he let up a run.
No, he cannot create his own save opportunity.
Gotcha. Thank you for the tidbit there that I did not know. He comes in the game, 12 pitches, 9 strikes. So just like Madsen, 75% of his pitches were strikes. Lets up that home run on the first batter he sees in Major League play. But he gets a strikeout, 2 whiffs, and a called strike. Not a terrible outing for your debut.
No, he got a nice welcome from Junior Caminero with the home run. But look, Junior Caminero has some power. Like it's going to happen. You're going to give up some home runs to guys like that. So that's to be expected, but a nice welcome. He comes right back, gets 1, 2, 3, gets the inning, gets the, not the save, but closes out the game. Look, one of these guys in this mid-relief, long relief has to click for this team. Like right now, what we saw yesterday with the bullpen after that rain delay we saw in that Nationals series, it's preventing them from getting some winning streaks together. And, whether it's Barco or it's Cam Sanders or, there's guys down there, Dotel, just one of these guys has to click and has to like take this role. And hey, Dotel's obviously, you know, was a highly rated prospect, was I think top 10 for the Pirates. I hope it's him. I hope it's him. I hope they can find a couple guys that can kind of click in this role. You know, he was starting it in AAA, but you know, he comes in for, if he's going to be an inning or two reliever, he's got some nasty stuff. So he can come out there and hopefully take this role, and because they need it. Because yeah, Cam Sanders, I don't think is it. You know, Evan Sisk, it's just, we've had some kind of retreads. It's nice to see someone new in Wilbur Dotel, and we'll see what he does here. But I don't think, you know, obviously he was fresh. They brought him up. I hope they, you know, keep him on the roster right now through the road trip and kind of see how he does.
Yeah, and like I believe that was Bucko Mike that said that. I had it on the screen. Johan needs help. Like I know he can be wild sometimes, and he messed up those throws in the game the other night. But Johan Ramirez has been your best middle relief bulk guy, and he hasn't been bad, but he can't be the only one. Like you need, like you just said, he needs help. You need at least one more guy that can come in middle relief and at least take 2 innings off the pitcher's plate. So I think that's this game. But to round it out, I do want to bring up Marcell Ozuna extends his hitting streak to 7 games. The big bear is fully out of hibernation.
He's heating up. It's fun to watch. I hope that power keeps coming. And one last thing, you know, you mentioned Johan Ramirez. Like you said, he's been great. He's been really the only middle relief. Dude, Ramirez threw 87 pitches this past 5 days. So, like, I mean, that's like a starter workload there. And that's not even a starter workload. Kelly would have pulled him at 70. Right. So, like, he's been used a lot. So he needs help. We'll see what they do. But, I mean, just somebody has to take that role.
Yeah, I mean, just based off his usage, I've been looking at fantasy baseball, and I'm like, maybe I should pick him up because he has like 40 points this season. I'm like, I need a guy in my bullpen, you know? I need a relief pitcher. But yeah,
so do the Pirates.
Yeah, so do the Pirates. So yeah, I hope he can stay consistent and not be used as much, like we're saying. Like that's the thing is, you know, if he has to go out there for too many innings, too many pitches, he's not going to be as effective down the line. So they did, like you said, they need someone else to click. Hopefully it's Dotel.
And somebody here said, Don Kelly said that Dotel was a starter. He doesn't think he's going to be sticking around, but I mean, Hunter Barco's a starter and they put him in the bullpen. You know, Ashcraft was a starter and he pitched out of the bullpen almost exclusively last year.
Well, even last year, I know Harrington wasn't good as a starter, but he ended up in relief role. Like
so they throw these, they've been throwing these young starters in, you know, in the bullpen if they want to get them up and get them some experience so they can have
look at how Braxton Ashcraft started last year. That's how he started out.
He was pitching exclusively kind of out of the pen.
Yeah.
So you know, they're going to get creative with these guys, and whether it's an opener or, you know, pull these guys up, and you want talent. If he's going to perform, you want talent in the team. And if you can't not everybody can start, you know, you only got 5 spots for starters. So we'll go. I like them getting creative with it though. But do you want to
I think it's time.
Sammys? All right. Let me share my screen here and we will get going.
All right, folks, get those Raisits in. This is last call. Last call, get your Raisits in. I see a bunch flying through.
All right. 146.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
Apologies for my voice today. I've been trying to power through the live tailgate yesterday. You know, you're like talking to people, it's loud, and then kind of got a cold. Then it rains. You know, we're sitting through a 2-hour rain delay. So it's been rough today.
Yeah, it seems like I dodged a bullet.
you kind of did.
I'm sure I'd be miserable today too if I had to be at that tailgate and game.
And Cody, you know, no shame about it. I'll admit it. Like I had my daughter with me. We did not stick around. We stayed.
And I don't blame you.
I stayed through about 2 hours of that rain delay, and the only reason was because I wanted it to lighten up just so I could walk to my car, so I didn't get soaked going to my car. And we didn't make it the whole time, and it was a long day at the park. So,
and you know, I stayed home to watch WrestleMania because I'm a big wrestling fan. The Pirates game started, what, 2.5 hours before WrestleMania did,
This is a 3:30 or
and
3:30.
ended, yeah, and ended, I think, 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes after WrestleMania ended.
That's crazy. And WrestleMania is like a 4-hour event now, isn't it?
Well, it used to be. I don't know.
Okay.
Triple H and TKO got this thing all messed up. Yesterday was
okay.
awful, but we'll get. Well, let's get to the sandwiches.
That's NS ring when we get to NS ring.
Yeah, the NS squared circle.
All right, 149 entries. Here we go. Here's sandwiches number 1 and 2. So good luck to everybody.
Who we got? Oh, I thought Open Creations was going to win.
Boy, didn't you? It was like his name popped up twice in the last 3. That was like a tease.
He's been begging for it.
Travis, congrats.
Make sure you email us northshore9@gmail.com. It's all spelled out. Do not use the number 9. Just email us your email and say you won, and we'll get you set up.
The giveaway tool did you dirty, Open Creations.
I know. I thought he was going to get it.
Him. All right, let's do it. Maybe drawing 2. Maybe he's ready for drawing 2.
But I did hear, I believe he was at the tailgate yesterday. He got some free Sammys.
Yeah, we had some left over. We had some left over too.
How?
All right. I know. Jacob, congrats.
Congrats.
The second one. Yeah, email us northshore9@gmail.com. And we will get those sandwiches loaded onto your app. Yeah, people were coming over at the tailgate too, Cody, and saying, well, they're like, last year I tried for sandwiches. They're like, this year there's too many people in those entries. So it is. It's been it's been a lot.
Yeah, no, sometimes the giveaway tool will like glitch and you're like, do I have to refresh? What's going on?
Or Doug wins it and we got to redo it.
Yeah, or Doug wins it and screws everything up.
Doug. But yeah, but yeah, as far as the tailgate yesterday, we always say it appreciate it. It always blows my mind that, how many people come out and watch us day in and day out, and people that like, we know a lot of you guys that are in here in the chat and comment and stuff. And then there's people that come up to us that they're like, oh, I don't comment. I've been watching for 5 years and stuff. So like, that's really cool to like meet, those people and everybody, and just kind of have a group to hang out. And yesterday when we got to watch the game, because we were all sitting in the bleachers together, the couple innings we got to see, it was fun. I just wish we could have watched more baseball and not had a 2.5 hour rain delay, but appreciate everyone coming out. And now
I want to ask because I saw the video of the umbrella in the stands. Was that right where your guys' seats were?
Dude, that was exactly where we were. That's
what I thought.
It hit, I don't know, it hit Amanda and it hit Judy. Was like, literally I was sitting with them. So I had just gotten up because the rain, that was like right when the tarp was going on and the rain started.
Yeah.
My daughter I was like, well, let's get out of here. We'll go walk around. She wanted ice cream. So there's Judy. The umbrella hit me.
Oh my goodness.
Her and I were walking along like the outfield, where it's open.
Yeah.
And I thought there was going to be something blowing at us. I didn't even know that umbrella blew through our seats until like I got home last night.
Yeah.
When I saw the
replay.
replay.
My goodness.
And I was like, holy smokes. So dude, that was right where we were sitting. Crazy.
I saw that and that was my first thought, because I remember like last year when we did the group tickets, it was in that area, like the general admission bleachers, whatever you want to call them. And I was like, is that where they're sitting? I was like, oh my goodness. I thought we were going to have NS9 was going to have to file a lawsuit or something.
An NS lawsuit. Yeah, it was right there. It was crazy. So like, but again, like the rain had just started. So I think some people were kind of like out and about walking around. Yeah. But yeah, Judy got hit. Yeah, it was kind of crazy stuff.
Well, Judy, I hope you're okay. I hope everyone's okay and nobody got seriously hurt from that. But yeah, I just thought of everybody when I saw that. I was like, oh my God, that's insane.
Cody's like, what did I miss? Not coming to this.
Right. Well, anyway, thank you everyone for joining us on the NS9 postgame show, powered by Permane Brothers. Do we have any odds? What were the Pirates' odds on FanDuel to win the World Series now.
We got another off day again. That's what always.
I know. That's why we need
the bullpen
we
needs
need to know the World Series odds now.
We'll take the off day. All right, let's get into some futures here, because they're since preseason it's gone up. So I think they were probably like 100 to 1 or 80 to 1. So right now you can get the Pirates to win the World Series at 35 to 1
on FanDuel.
It's on FanDuel. It's right there with the Astros and Padres.
Hey,
so we're moving
Padres are always a contender. So
those are two good teams.
The Pirates are seen as contenders now. So if you feel so inclined, go put your money on it. I know if I still did sports betting, I would, but I don't do that.
This is how crazy. So everybody is 15 or 1 or worse, except for the Yankees. They're plus 850. And then the Dodgers, the Dodgers are almost minus odds to win it all. They're plus 180. That's absurd.
Wow.
That's absurd. It's April.
Wow.
So
yeah, no, I will not bet on the Pirates to win the World Series until they're in the playoffs. Once they make the playoffs, I'm putting $100 on it.
And they still probably, even if they got in as a wild card or whatever, they probably still would be like 20 to 1.
Still get great value on it.
Yeah, so you'd still make out there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, folks, thank you for joining us for the NS9 postgame show powered by Permani Brothers. We appreciate you all, and we will see you Tuesday. But you'll see Jim and Donardo tomorrow for Bucko Brew, and then we have a game Tuesday. So no postgame show till Tuesday. But join them for Bucko Brew tomorrow morning. It's always a good time. And we'll see you later.
Yeah. Peace, guys.
Peace.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.